rail in the true place. They'll jump 11 hurdles on their journey, and they're off. Citrus Prince begin okay, away quickly is the Beals Pride, and out fast is Knight's Passage, and going away quickly unanswered near the outside with Thorn Boy as they reach the first hurdle now. All jumping it okay. Thorn Boy, the Greys working to the lead over unanswered, and close up is Knight's Passage. In behind them is then Hibernian Prince fourth the inside. He put in an awkward jump at that one. Going forward is the Beals Pride, although he wants to over race a touch. Jarl a little wider out is improving, followed by Flying Voodoo, Tijuana Taxi. Back behind them Centra Viva at the next hurdle. Oh, he didn't jump it well, Centra Viva. In behind them is Covert Cross. He's got three behind him. Our Grades, followed then by Bold Impulse, who settled second last, and Real Zeal is last of all as they go by the 2200. And out to the riverside, Thorn Boy on top. He leads by a length and a half. Unanswered is second. Zabil's Pride is tucked in third with some cover now. Jarl is fourth, a length away, and they're followed then by Knight's Passage. A length away then Hibernian Prince on the inside of Tijuana Taxi to Covert Cross, Flying Voodoo as they go to the first on the riverside. Centra Viva out wider, followed then by Our Grades, two to Bold Impulse and 2.5 lengths to Real Zeal. By the 1800 metres, and Thorn Boy on top at good odds. He leads a little more than a length. Unanswered Zabil's Pride a second and third. Jarl is fourth the outside. Two Tijuana Taxi racing a little wide. Knight's Passage is handy to them, followed by Centra Viva and Hibernian Prince middle of the field on the rails. A length to Covert Cross. Our Grades, 2 lengths to Flying Voodoo at the next jump. Then Bold Impulse, and let's see, Real Zeal's been pulled out of the race. Real Zeal's been pulled up about 1700 metres to go. Here's the next hurdle. Thorn Boy, the leader over it, from Unanswered, who wrapped it hard. He lost ground, and Jarl quickly went past him and sits outside the leader now. So it's Thorn Boy and Jarl at the 1200 metres coming to the next hurdle, landing together. Centra Viva made a mess of it third, then Unanswered. Zabil's Pride the inside. Nearly a length Tijuana Taxi, Knight's Passage, followed by Hibernian Prince, is a good way from them on the inside. Covert Cross has gone past him. He's struggling a bit, Hibernian Prince. Our Grades and Flying Voodoo making some ground at the next, and Bold Impulse is still last. He's spotting the leader at least 10 lengths coming up towards the turn. At the 800, it's Jarl outside Thorn Boy, 2 lengths to Unanswered, who's jumped a little scratchily, but he's still coming home. Zabil's Pride the inside, and then Knight's Passage, Covert Cross, and a break of about 4 lengths. Hibernian Prince, Our Grades, and Bold Impulse starting to make a little ground at the turn, and they swing the corner with 2 to get over. Thorn Boy kicks through again, and it takes the lead again from Jarl. Running on Unanswered, Knight's Passage wider out, and Covert Cross with Zabil's Pride right behind them, and then Bold Impulse at the second last. Still many chances. Knight's Passage wide out, and Covert Cross go to the lead with Zabil's Pride. Unanswered can't go on, nor Jarl and Thorn Boy at the last. Zabil's Pride put in a good leap. Covert Cross took a fall at the last, and it's Zabil's Pride clear. Knight's Passage coming home, well 100 to go. Zabil's Pride more than a length. Knight's Passage and Our Grades. Zabil's Pride holds them out, and Zabil's Pride takes it out by a length and a quarter. Knight's Passage second, Our Grades third. A break Thorn Boy fourth, and then Jarl. Unanswered, a long break to Bold Impulse. Flying Voodoo, Hibernian Prince, and then came Tijuana Taxi. Covert Cross cantering past the line riderless. Jockey's okay. Centra Viva's been pulled up coming around the home turn, and we lost one early in the piece. Real Zeal was pulled out of the race about 16. And they're set to go. Favourites are drawn in gates 2 and 3. North Boy in 2 and American Oak in gate 3. And they're off. They both jump pretty well, North Boy and American Oak, with Betula on their outside. And also beginning okay was the first starter, Archbishop. He's showing a good deal of pace through the first 150 metres, in fact, as they've settled down now. And going to the lead is the filly Betula. She's from the outside barrier, comfortably went across the field and went to the rails in front here. So it's Betula, the leader, going past the 800. North Boy is second, American Oak is on its outside. And last of the four then is Archbishop. They're coming along near the 650 metre mark. and Betula doing it well within herself at the moment, leading by nearly a length. North Boy the outside. American Oak is travelling third, and behind these is down towards the 500 metre mark Archbishop. Betula came to the 400 metres, about 3/4 to North Boy. Now Oliver's just feeling for American Oak on the outside. He's not responding at the moment, and these two come away. Betula the inside and North Boy are going to fight it out. American Oak is struggling behind them. North Boy on the outside is getting the better of Betula. He ducked in a little bit there. He drew a length and a half in front though. Basta shakes him up in the last bit, and North Boy comes away and wins it well. North Boy by 2 1/4 lengths, Betula. And getting up for third, about 8 lengths away in the race is Archbishop. So American Oak a disappointing fourth in the field in 1:13.2. North Boy number 4, consummate victory, second placing. Zero Rules has joined them in the gates, and we now await doctor's orders to move up, and we'll have them right to run. Third of the day, $1.50 now for Zero Rules, $4.60 Keystone. They're all in the gates. Off they go. Break the Back was one of the first to bounce out. Zero Rules jumped with them. Doctor's Orders drifting back through the field. Keystone went to the lead in the early part. Zero Rules immediately moved up on his outside and might even run to the lead here under Oliver. Small Spoils back third at the 1800 from Doctor's Orders. Break the Back and Furnish has drifted back to the tail of the field past the 1700 metres, and Zero Rules is the leader. He's about 3/4 clear, not crossing over at the moment in front of Keystone, who's just pushing up along the fence. Third is Doctor's Orders, 2 lengths to Small Spoils. Back to the tail of the field there is Break the Back on the inside, and Furnish last of the 6. Out by the 1400 metres, and Zero Rules is the leader. He's a little more than a length on Keystone, and Doctor's Orders a neck away third. 2 lengths to Small Spoils, a length and a half to Furnish, and Break the Back on the rails last of all by the 1200 metres, and the 3-year-old Zero Rules on top. He's a length and a quarter clear. Second is Doctor's Orders, the outside of Keystone, right behind the favourite and leader. Small Spoils is fourth, 2 lengths to Furnish, and Break the Back on the inside as a head away last of the 6. About 5 lengths covered them now. 900 left to go, and Zero Rules has steadied the pace down through the last 300 or 400 metres. He leads by 3/4 of a length. Keystone on the inside. Small Spoils dashing up quickly out 3 wide and joins the leader now. Doctor's Orders is under pressure. Furnish pulls to the outside. Break the Back as last as they neared the bend, where Zero Rules at the 600 metres, joined by Small Spoils. They've put on a bit of pace and they kick away by 3 lengths. Keystone the inside. Furnish making ground from the tail, and then Break the Back. Doctor's Orders dropped out a bad last. Zero Rules at the 400 metres led. Small Spoils on his outside, then Keystone. Furnish battling away with his big weight, and then Break the Back at the 300 now, and Oliver pulled the whip, and Zero Rules is holding the second horse at the moment. Small Spoils. Furnish is running in past him though. Zero Rules the leader with Furnish going to second, but Zero Rules is doing it well at the 100. In fact, he's opening a widening gap now. He's 2 to 3 lengths clear, and Zero Rules came away and won it well. Furnish second, a half head in front of Keystone, then Small Spoils, Break the Bank, and a distant last was Doctor's Orders. Damien Oliver dictating the terms of it there, and Zero Rules responding when the challenges came. Small Spoils the first to join him before the turn, and when he dropped off, Furnish threw out his challenge, but Zero Rules in the end pulled away from them and has won the race quite comfortably. Number 3, Zero Rules, Damien Oliver and Gerald Ryan combining. Good effort. They're ready. They're off now, and Umaline began well. So too did Sempre Bene down near the inside. And away quickly is Whoopie Ride with Quietly Adamant going forward today. She's wanting the lead, it looks like. Going forward too is Sky Scent. Now Umaline settled down 4th or 5th, and Quietly Adamant's in front this afternoon. Second is Sky Scent. Sempre Bene is third. A length to Volkster up 4th. 1 further back is Umaline. A length to Whoopie Ride, a little worse in midfield. And then Tolka Queen, Quick Deception, Light Start, and Sangigi Beach brought up the rear. Well, Quietly Adamant at the 1200, led by 3/4 to a half length. Sky Set, a length and a half then to Sempre Bene. Volkster 4th on the outside, and 2 lengths to Umaline racing on the outside of Whoopie Ride. 1 further back, Tolka Queen. Quick Deception is out 3 wide. Light Start on the rail, and Sangigi Beach last of all at the 900. Quietly Adamant by neck to Sky Scent, 2 lengths to Volkster. On the rails, just behind them, Sempre Bene, and in fifth placing, Umaline, followed by Whoopie Ride, Telka Queen. Quick Deception out wider as they neared the corner, followed by Light Start, and Singigi Beach is still last as they come towards the turn. There's about 600 in it now. Quietly Adamant and Sky Scent cornering in front of Volks to Sempre Bene the inside. Umaline has eased out for her run within 3 lengths of the leader. Quick Deception coming deep as they corner. Quietly Adamant, Sky Scent come to the bend, and at the 400 they lead by 2 lengths now to Volks. To Umaline called on for the run coming down the middle of the track. Whoopie Ride changing course for a run on the inside is finishing well, and then Quick Deception nearing the 200. Whoopie Ride dives up on the inside. Umaline the outside, but it's Whoopie Ride with a good lead with 100 to go. Umaline's going to have to dig deep. Quick Deception with a run. Whoopie Ride against the fence, being desperately ridden. She'll be too good, and Whoopie Ride by 2 lengths. Perhaps a little more on the line. Photo for second, either Umaline or Quick Deception. Little between them, and then followed Quietly Adamant and Light Start from Sky Scent. Back behind them was Sempre Bene, Singigi Beach, Volkster and Telka Queen. Whoopie Ride in a little bit of an upset there, winning for Wayne Trelaw, number 4. He switched and changed course, dived up along, slow to move out of the gates at his 2 starts that he's had. $4.40 is the tote favourite, Mr. Lofty. Clarendon's Curse moving in for Vincent Caddy. And they're all in and they're set to go. All in, set to go. Ready. Storm at Midnight on the inside, they're away, and Storm at Midnight jumped away well towards the inside, and Fire Alert was out in a hurry too. Going forward as Dual Action and Thunder Beth, and Clarendon's Curse wide out as going towards the front as Dual Action took up the running. As they've settled down, Mr. Lofty is last of all, out past the 1400, Dual Action in front, Clarendon's Curse a half length away, and 3 lengths to Thunder Beth up third. Storm at Midnight on the rail, 2 to Fire Alert fifth, followed by Classic Benbara. About 2 lengths further back in the field then, at the head of the others, Flying Matinee on the inside of Big Doug, and they're followed by Rum, who's on the outside of Mr. Lofty. Dual Action in front with about 1,050 to go. Went away by 2.5 lengths to Clarendon's Curse. Storm at Midnight third, Thunderbeth is fourth. 1 further back, Classic Benbara. A length behind these to Fire Alert. 2 lengths to Flying Matinee on the inside, followed by Big Doug, and another 3 lengths away is Rum on the outside, and Mr. Lofty is last of all. About 12 lengths covered them. 700 to go, and the leader is Dual Action. Clarendon's Curse is second. Storm at Midnight 2 lengths away. Third on the inside of the filly, Thunder Beth. They're followed by Classic Benbara. Fire Alert next, and Rum pulls out wide. Flying Matinee is a good way back. So is Big Doug, and last is Mr. Lofty as they turn for home, where Dual Action at the 450 kicked away. Got away by 3 lengths in the straight. Storm at Midnight getting up on the inside from Clarendon's Curse, running on Thunder Beth and Classic Benbara, and then came Fire Alert. 250 to go, and Dual Action the leader. Sally Wynn went for the whip. Is there much in the tank? Here comes Storm at Midnight and Fire Alert coming down the outside. Dual Action still in front though from Fire Alert and Storm at Midnight, but Dual Action holding on, tired but gets in. Dual Action by a neck on the line to Fire Alert and Storm at Midnight. A gap to Big Doug, who made a little ground, followed by Classic Benbara, Rum and Flying Matinee. Back behind those to finish then was Thunder Beth, who weakened in the run home. Mr. Lofty didn't go on with it, and Clarendon's Curse weakened out to the tail. Dual Action went straight to the lead from the start and has kept running. Straight in, so Miss Penny Money is now right, and the field is set and racing. And a Glacier began well, and so did Easy Rocking. Flavour got away well. All Miss Penny Money and Costa's off are having a bump. They're coming to the outside. They're switching and changing. Those horses drawn the middle of the line. A Glacier now is starting to spear across towards the inside with great pace. Down on that flat side, Mannington got away well with Sports, and the Glacier did some work, but finally got up there to join them. 8/8 and Zeriz are right behind them with Miss Penny Money and Costa's off. Easy Rocking is wider out. Normal Practice next with Blackbean buried away over on the inside. Back behind them Toledo, and they're followed by Flavour, and well back in the field there is Spying and Gallopini out on the grandstand side, and Giscara is one of the leaders with St. Petersburg, clear of Showerheart, Weasel Will, Porter Rocker, and Warseer is last of the division on the grandstand, but I think the flat have it at the 400 where Flavour's in front. Easy Rocking's coming after it quickly, followed by Mannington. Toledo starting to run on, and then came Zeriza. Glacier's not in the race at the moment. Gallopini with a run, and on the grandstand Showerheart's at the front with Giscara and St. Petersburg. Petersburg. It's Toledo racing to the front on the flat side though from Flemington. Showerheart leading the grandstand, but Toledo's the leader in the Newmarket, and Toledo has won it. Toledo for Damien Oliver. Photo the Miners. Mannington is over on the inside. Showerheart's close up on this grandstand side, leading that division out there. Just behind those horses, Zeriz and Black Bean, followed closely then by Spying, and then came Gallopini and Flavour. Glacier knocked up, followed by Costa's off. Giscard was about second home on the grandstand side. Next is 8H Normal Practice. Then Porter Rockamus, Penny Money and Flavour. Weasel Will Never in it, St Petersburg and Nawasi towards the tail of the field in the Newmarket. Wilson Road moved up and joined them in the gates, and we need Hugh Legend to complete the line-up on the outside, and we'll have them right to go. He's moved up and the field is now ready for the Roy Higgins quality. They're set 2,500 and they're on their journey now. And Full of Rhythm in the middle of the line and Ascot Road both got away well, and Special Favour jumped okay. Out quickly is Western Outlaw up on the speed as well, and Valdor right behind them, but Full of Rhythm worked to the lead at the post with a lap to go by 2 lengths. It's Full of Rhythm from Western Outlaw. Valdor holding third, trapped a little wide at the turnout of the straight, and then Special Favour. In behind them is Fats in the purple colours, and they're followed by Ascot Road on the outside of Cyrenel with Hugh Legend 3 wide. 3 lengths to Green Raider and Our Dane Rack with Wilson Road at the tail of the field. Out by the 2,000, and Full of Rhythm straight away with a lead of about 4 lengths here. Second is Western Outlaw, 3/4 away to Valdor. Another 3 or 4 lengths back to the Fats and Special Favour on the fence. A length to Hugh Legend, a length and a half to Ascot Road. They're followed by Cyrenel on the fence. 3 lengths to Green Raider, Our Dane Rack and Wilson Road. They're out towards the 1,600, and Full of Rhythm extended his break. He's 5 lengths in front. Western Outlaw is second, a half length away Valdor, who's now improving to go into second place. Back fourth about 4 or 5 lengths away is Special Favour and the Fats. Hugh Legend is racing 3 wide. Another length and a half behind them, Ascot Road, and then Cyrenel. 3 lengths to Green Raider, Our Dane Rack, and last is Wilson Road. Full of Rhythm the leader, out near the 12.50. His lead has been whittled back to about 3 lengths now to Valdor, and she's got away 5 lengths in front of Western Outlaw. A length and a half to the Fats, being followed then by Hugh Legend 3 deep the whole way. Special Favour down on the rail. 1 1/4 to Ascot Road, to Cyrenel, Green Raider, and then Our Dane Rack and Wilson Road bringing up the rear. At the 900, Full of Rhythm by 2.5 lengths now. Valdor second, Western Outlaw third. A couple of lengths away, Special Favour and the Fats. Hugh Legend outside them, and they're followed by Ascot Road. Another 3 to Cyrenel on the inside of Green Raider and Wilson Road, and Our Dane Rack at the tail. Full of Rhythm, the Launceston Cup winner, came to the turn by 2 lengths. Valdor and Western Outlaw chasing him down. 3 lengths away the Fats. Special Favour's hard ridden. Ascot Road's called on for the big finishing run. He's got to the outside and the blue blinkers now as they enter the straight. Full of Rhythm is tackled quickly by Valdor and Western Outlaw. The two of them go to the lead together now, and they're 4 lengths to Ascot Road, winding up well. Valdor at the 300, and Western Outlaw with Ascot Road closing on them at every bound. He's coming home hard, the favourite at the 200. Ascot Road raced up and took the lead from Valdor and Western Outlaw. Ascot Road draws away past the 100, out by a couple of lengths for Brett Preble. He's home, Ascot Road, and he draws away Ascot Road to win it by 2 lengths on the post. Valdor second, Western Outlaw third, Cyrenel fourth, a break to Green Raider, Full of Rhythm and the Fats, and then Our Dane Rack, Wilson Road, Hugh Legend and Special Favour last. Ascot Road's really turned the corner now that he's at these longer trips. He's strung up a number of second placings in a row before breaking through at Sandown last time out in weaker company than this. But in a very fast run race, he's come from the middle of the field and drawn away for a pretty dominant victory. Number 5, Ascot Road, ridden by Brett Preble first. Second to number 1, Valdor, Damien Oliver. And third, number 2, Western Outlaw, Peter Mertens, 5, 1 and 2 in the Roy Higgins quality, 5, 1 and 2. So Gorgeous now coming up into the line to complete it for Nash Ruwita. They're all in, set for the Kewney, racing. Love Lawn and St. Therese began fast on the inside, and Teneth got away well, settling up third in the early part. Len Kwai Fong right behind them, followed by Interback and Ponton Flyer up forward. So Gorgeous Wideout's improving as well. When they settle, Dandify and Rose Archway are next, and they each have about 3 or 4 behind them. St. Therese led, settling. Len Kwai Fong moved up a neck away second, 1200 to go. Ponton Flyers trapped out 3 wide. 2 lengths to Love Lawn, and they're followed by Tanith. Another 3 lengths to So Gorgeous outside Interback. 3 lengths Dandify, Rose Archway, and back behind them Mrs. Tendulkar, Flying Spice and Dashing Granada. They're inside the 1,000. St. Therese held out Ponton Flyer, who gave her a little bit of a serve. Now Oliver Eases and Ponton Flyers a length away second. Love Lawn is third, followed closely by Len Kwai Fong. A half length to Tanith, and then a length and a half So Gorgeous. Dandify out wide. Next is Interbank. Rose Archway is back in the field. Going forward, Mrs. Tendulkar, Flying Spice and Dashing Granada last as they swing for home in the Kewney. St. Therese tries to do it all at the 500, nearly a length in front of Ponton Flyer. Love Lawn behind them. Wider out Len Kwai Fong, followed by Tanith looking for a way clear. Here's Dandify coming with a run. Wider out Mrs. Tendulkar is coming home well. Rose Archway has only 2 behind her. At the 250, Ponton Flyers raced up and gone to St. Therese. Mrs. Tendulkar and Dandify are wider out, and then came Flying Spice and Rose Archway. St. Therese kicking back and Ponton Flyer together. They're fighting it out head and head. Ponton Flyer and St. Therese. This will be very close to a dead heat. Nothing between them. Ponton Flyer, St. Therese, Flying Spice flashing home when it was over. Just behind them are Dandify, Tanith and Rose Archway out wider. They were trailed closely by Love Lawn, and a gap to So Gorgeous, Mrs. Tendulkar, Len Kwai Fong, Interbank and Dashing Granada. These two had a great battle for virtually the entire race. St. Therese has fought tremendously well on the inside. Ponton Flyer on her outside. They're ready, set for the last. Been a good betting race, a number of horses been tried. Sedation to run the fave. 1400 lights are flashing. Final event, the all clear. Off they go. Sedation's missed the start over on the outside. Apache King got back there with him, and Jumalik pinged out and landed in front. Blue Pharaoh, Rancho Spark both got away well. It's a good tussle for the early lead. Crystal Academy sitting just off them. Macabilk fired up, going forward out wider, and Charlie Chops between runners. Settling fully now. Jumalik held out the lead on the inside from Blue Pharaoh, tracking wide, and Rancho Spark the centre. A length and a half away fourth is Acabilk. 3 deep around Charlie Chops, Crystal Academy. 2.5 or 3 behind these. Then came our Travel and Man, Sedation the fence. 3 length break in the field at the 800 to Dillon, followed by 2.5 lengths away Apache King, Square Time and Mr. Nelson as last as they neared the corner. They've run quickly at the 600, and Jumalik on the inside. Blue Pharaoh has been 3 deep all the way. Rancho Spark in the centre. These 3 corner in front. Acabilk hanging is under the whip. Charlie Chops trying to push into the clear. Crystal Academy just behind them. Oliver's weaving a different passage through. He switched to the inside now on Sedation, and he's starting to come home at the 300 metres out. Travelling Man coming with his run, but Sedation squeezed through on the inside now. Charlie Chops on the outside. They race to the lead together. Clear of Rancho Spark. It's Sedation the inside. Is about a half in front of Charlie Chops at the 100. Sedation in front of Charlie Chops. 4 coming up for Oliver, and he's rejuvenated 3 horses today. Sedation has won it from Charlie Chops and Rancho Spark. Back behind those then Square Time ran on well. Acabilk next from our Travelling Man, and they were trailed in further back by Apache King, who made some ground on the rail. Then came Dillon, Jumalik, Blue Pharaoh, Crystal Academy and Mr. Nelson. Damien Oliver, just unbelievable. It's Damien's day, 4 for the afternoon.